words can be sore kung kaphela amandla.
Welcome everyone, back again. So in today's office hour, we're basically here to speak of, or for me to assist you with what um you've been working on. If you have any areas with regards to the Kaggle competition, maybe as well if you couldn't sign up with your account. So again, welcome. Guys, remember the rules of engagement. In this case, it's just interaction between you and I and how I can help you. It's a full-on Q&A section where I'll be assisting you with some of the areas maybe you are facing, some confusion you may have. Yes. All right. So remember, slides were shared with you where you can set up your account and the Kaggle competition link as well. Hopefully, you guys managed to do that. And you also got the starter notebook that I had shared with you. So, yes, I guess we can get started. If you have any questions, you can just pop them right now at the moment so I can assist you. Please do remember the Kaggle competition does not fall or does not fall part of your assessments that will be graded. It is just a challenge for you guys to test everything that you have learned up until now and applying all those skills just to see or measure your understanding of ML. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chats. We can assist. If you're not sure what exactly I'm talking about, and maybe you are not in the session on Tuesday, the recording is also available, so you can go and check that out. We had a walkthrough on the recommendation system, right? So you could have either used the collaborative filtering method or the content-based method. Hopefully you guys are having a feel of it and you're enjoying it as well. Nothing as yet. Have you guys attempted it? If not, we can have a conversation on why. Are you a bit nervous? Do you feel maybe you're not ready? So maybe I'll just give a moment. You guys are scrolling through your notebook and your work, trying to figure out where you're stuck. Can you quickly go over the recommendation system once again? Okay, yeah, sure. Godwin, we can do that. this quickly. So just want to share my notebook. Sorry about that. All right, so once you get your notebook, you're going to have a starter notebook, right? The one recommendation system that we went through was a function where it helped us create a collaborative recommendation system. What is this? This is where it recommends based on users that are similar to you. What do I mean by similar? Similar in the case, maybe in the same country, um, you guys watch the same movies, so maybe you both watch, say, Avengers, and the one user watched what other Frozen, right? They'll recommend Frozen to you because you guys have watched sort of the same thing. And if this guy watched this one thing, you might also like it. So that's your collaborative recommendation system. Your content recommendation system is based on items that you have interacted with and rated, correct? So how does this work? If they saw that maybe you liked a lot of Michael Jackson content, which is something that is happening with me right now, I liked one TikTok video of Michael Jackson, and up until now, I have been getting all the content of Michael Jackson. Hope you guys can see my screen. Yes. So in that case, that is your content based. It's an item based collaborative system, whereas your recommendation system, whereas your collaborative recommendation system is a user-based. How similar are those users? And your content is how similar are the items you have interacted with and so forth, then it recommends to you. So you can choose to use either one, correct? You can choose to use either of those recommendation systems to build your model. But the one thing that matters in the Kaggle competition is your root mean squared error. How well is your recommendation system performing? Right? Remember with regression, we had your root mean squared error. So the competition is basically going to rate you on how low your root mean squared error is. If you saw, let's go on that link, the leaderboard. If you go to leaderboard, you see some of those root mean squared error values, correct? So as we go down the leaderboard, they get higher. So you want to make sure with either one, please note that we are not limiting you as to which recommendation system you should work with. You can use either one, whether it's collaborative, that is your user-based system, okay? And your content-based recommendation system, that is your item-based. What items did you like? But the one thing that we are measuring is our root mean squared error. All right. I hope that answers your question. So we have given you a starter notebook. Also very important, your submission is that CSV that you have now created that is concatenated by user ID and movie ID. Let's check. Let me just confirm that before. So if you look at overview, it tells you how you should submit, and it says ID, right? So you should have two columns, an ID column and a rating column. ID is a concatenation of the user ID and the movie ID, right? What does it mean? It means those two columns, the values that are in those columns have been joined by an underscore character, as well as the rating that that user has given for that specific movie. Obviously, this is now your prediction. Okay.
Hello, Mbali. You may be muted if you're still talking.
No, I'm not saying anything. Sorry. I was just waiting
Oh,
for the question. Yes.
oh,
Can you hear me?
yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. It
Yes.
is good.
I'm just muting in case of any background sound, but I am looking through the question. I think there's another question here. How are we going to get the notebook to only include the ID and rating? How are we going to get the notebook? So it's not a notebook that you're submitting, it's a CSV file. So if you go through the starter notebook, sorry, just wanna quickly go back to that. Where are we here? That last line shows you how you can save it with the ID and rating. In this case, it's user ID and predicted rating. If we look at that data, let me go here. If we look at that data, it will automatically save in the folder that you have created your notebook, and you'll see this is what you are submitting. Okay, so that line of code here will help you save it in that format. Okay, so that's why we definitely gave you that starter notebook to help you with understanding how to approach and specifically the submission format. Okay. Any other questions you guys have to assist? Yep, maybe. So we're here to help, but don't worry, the help doesn't end here. We still are available on answer base if maybe your code is giving you an error. Remember, I stated when you have that error, send the notebook and like the screenshot of your code and the error, so we can give sort of a personalized respond. Okay. Please, I strongly advise that you work on this project just to do something that is outside of sort of like an assessment. So you don't have the pressures of, I need to get it right, or I need to make sure, I get at least 80%. This is the one challenge maybe you can put on yourself is whether you want to be on the top of the leaderboard. But yes, just attempt to test yourself, apply yourself, um, and just enjoy it at most. Have you started or attempted the project or the competition? Maybe you can have a conversation on that. What's making you nervous? I don't think you should be nervous. I remember I had a friend, every time I told her I was stressed about an exam, she just advised, listen, they're not going to ask you something they haven't taught you, right? So trust that project is applying everything that you have learned up until now. The data is too huge. It has to be. It has to be anonymous. This is what you're going to come across in the real world, if not even bigger, right? So I can imagine maybe your runtime is long, but that's what I mean is that now we have given you the opportunity of putting you in a situation where you'll find outside of now completing the program. You're going to be dealing with huge data sets. So yes, that's definitely a challenge you will face in the real world with real world problems. What is the quickest way you'll advise to upload the data into my notebook as to work with it? Unfortunately, that method of importing it into Python is the quickest way. Maybe moving forward, you can remove features that you don't want to work with, or you feel are not going to contribute to the the prediction of your model. But other than that, that is the quickest way. Oh, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Can there be a Python code that could just extract the data from the website rather than manually uploading it to your code? Alternatively, you could run your code on Kaggle, right? So um, here, so you could be running your project, the whole code on Kaggle. So you could start a new notebook. No, code here. You could start a new notebook and you can code on the Kaggle platform. So it has all the data, correct? So in the starter notebook, if you see here, hopefully, well, once you download, I'm not sure if I've edited it yet. Um, there is the directory that you can use on Python, on Kaggle itself. I just want to open it may be here, so you can see this here, right? So this is just edited to 2026 there. So if you run this guy, I think it should get all the files. I don't think you need that. But because if you want to store it into a specific file name, let it run. Okay, just waiting for that to finish running. Draft session waiting for Jupyter. I don't know if it's my network. So if maybe you're struggling on your PC, you can run it. There we go. So now we have all this data. So you have your sample submission, your movies, your IMDb data. And then you can use this guy. Let me just edit one of them. And make sure you change it to 2026. And that is me storing now what's happening? No directory. Give me 2 seconds. Read csv.test. Or maybe because we're in 2012 name of the file folder. Just yes, movie recommendation. Project we're here, 2026. I'm not sure why that's not working. Maybe because let's try that. No, let's use this guy. Oh, here. Kaggle. Let's say test CB. This one says, oh, wait. Sorry. This one says Kaggle competition. So let's copy this directory. So you'll edit these ones to, where's that Google Colab? You'll edit those ones to what you have on Kaggle. So the directory they've just provided us with here. Then we'll just copy that and we'll run it. So now my test DF has been stored. And then if I want to call it, I will then use test DF. So if I say test underscore DF dot head, then it will show me the first 5. Okay, so you can use this. You can copy from the starter notebook to the Kaggle platform and then code from there. Maybe that could also help instead of running it directly from your PC. That could be quicker. Anonymous, I hope that answers your question. There's another question. Not sure if the question or. Oh, yes, thank you. You're welcome, Anonymous. Do you guys have any other questions about the Kaggle competition, errors you may be facing? All right, we'll give about 5 minutes to pop that last question and then we will close up. When is the due date? When downloading the, do I first have to join the competition? Yes, you first have to join the competition, have agreed to the competition rules. So once you create an account, you use an email, just as you sign up to any platform. Then after, to join the competition, it's going to ask you to accept the rules of the competition. And then after, you can get started. When is the due date? The due date of the competition is on the 15th of June. All right. Any, or as well, maybe you may not have started, so you don't have any questions. So there are other office hour recordings that are shared on eHub, where maybe a learner who had questions that you didn't think of asked a question and got the assistance. Well, might as well hop on to the last announcements. If you can find our session recordings and resources on program Hub Space, that is on eHub. And graduation is coming up in 2 weeks. So submit any pending variables before then. And remember, you are not alone in the community. Engage with your squads, ask for clarity, and post your wins, challenges, and new insight on your squad spaces. Right. So also please make sure you share your project via GitHub and LinkedIn with the hashtag ALX project portfolio. So you can definitely add this project to your portfolio just to show them that you can also build a recommendation system, and maybe add on that you're on the top leaderboard for this specific competition. Right. Hopefully I answered that question, Petunia. So a poll has been launched. If you have any questions, you still about have 3 minutes to ask that last question that could be helpful in attempting the project. Please do complete the poll. And again, all the best. Attempt it. Put yourself in that real world situation. There hasn't been anyone who has responded to the poll. So a poll again has been launched. Please do complete that poll so we know that whether or not these office hours are helpful and they're valuable to you when having to approach assessments, or in this case, this Kaggle competition. Also remember, there is learning and technical support that we still offer. We have the Ask the ALX programs team. This is the eHub community space where you can ask any program or content related questions. So please use this space only for this purpose. We also have Fresh Desk. This is the go-to space for all program support. So ensure you log a ticket with the support team before you approach the program team. And lastly, Answer Based. This is where you find all the technical mentors. This is a channel specially dedicated for you to ask and get answers to complex content questions. A reminder that if you want to ask questions on an error you're getting on your code, please send a screenshot of your code and the error that you are getting so that we can give you a personalized response. All right, we're going to close off here. All the best with the competition. Applying your skills, enjoy it, test yourself, and continue to do hard things. And I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.
inhliziyo hlamba nansi inhliziyo ilungise iqokise uyenze msulwa yona abantwana